Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching. I hope you're fine. So I'm doing this test. Oh, okay. Just checking, going back to my channel. Oh, sorry about my voice. It's just very early in the morning, and it's very cloudy. It's really, really cloudy. Yesterday we had a storm at around 11 p.m. So thunderstorm, it was not really nice. I was going to bed and then I woke up and I was like, what's going on? So that was not good. Okay, anyway, I had to tell you that tomorrow there's a pre-recorded video. So good morning, Marty. So we have a pre-recorded video for tomorrow, continuing with the mermaid. We're about to finish that mermaid. I hope I can finish it for May, for the end of May. And what other news I have got? Well, I have 2 weeks. 2 weeks that are supposedly to be free. And I say supposedly because I have to do lesson planning, preparation, and a lot of things for summer school. I'm a full-time teacher, so I always work during the summer, which is okay because I really, really don't like being home all day. I mean, I like my house, but I really need contact with my students. And this was the photo that I was showing for the thumbnail. It's a little bit more in progress. We are using Prismacolor here. Prismacolor, Derwent, etc. And as I was telling you, news. First one, summer school. Number 2, some of my co-workers. But yeah, we were in a course, so we were classmates. Yesterday, they saw that I was doing this. And normally when I take training courses, I just go sit in the back and start doing this. And they saw it and they like it, and now they are interested in me drawing their pets. So I don't know if you remember that some streams ago I was kind of talking about if I could get people interested in this. Well, it seems like it would happen. So that would be very interesting. But now I need to go into the other things, I'm trying to think. The costs, the timing, how long will this take me? Because of course it won't be the main goal, the main project. Classes is still a better business for me, at least, because I get more out of 1 hour class than 1 hour drawing. But anyway, let's see what we can do here. So I'm trying to continue this and see if it happens. Probably I'll start with a couple of commissioned work and then we'll see. I'm going to be covering a little bit of the other because I don't want to just smear this around. But anyway, so thank you, Marty. I think it is. I think it's a new challenge. So let's see how it goes. I have here my reference nearby, but I think I'm going to do something with saving the battery here because it just goes dark so fast. Okay, so sometimes I go and paint this by memory, and who knows. So I'm planning to be here like around 45 minutes, probably 50 minutes, no more than that, because I need also to go and do, you know, house chores. Those never end. It's really cloudy today, but I don't know if you can hear in the background all the birds just waking up, making a lot of noise. I like that. I love it. I love the tranquility that you can have here with the location. I'm really, really far away from downtown Querétaro. It's like trying to think, probably 12 miles. But there you go. Okay, that is fine. He's still sleeping, I think. But he's probably going to hear me and say, "Hey, are you talking alone?" So he might not be able to go and hike today because it's not cold, but it is wet everywhere. So the park and the lake will not be a very easy trail today. So who knows? I'm trying to find my colors here. Trying to see where I have everything. So why do I have them in separate bundles? Because there is a system that I use to keep them in different bundles, so I know what I'm using for each pick. But some of the bundles are shared with different drawings, so that's why I keep them apart. Well, it doesn't matter if they go and exchange a little bit where they are. I mean, it doesn't affect, but it's easier in a certain way. And what else I can tell you? It's really, really cool, and it's a blessing that we have rain, because we have had really, really dry days. Hurricane season is about to start, and we really don't get hurricanes here a lot. We're in central Mexico, so we are protected by 2 mountain ranges. So this would be the Pacific, and this would be the Atlantic, and we are more or less here. So these very, very high mountain ranges, they just break the storms. They do come strong. I mean, they do come strong, but the thing that worries me the most is hailstorms. This is the problem in the area where I am. Hail is more destructive than anything else. Why? Because I'm kind of in a slope. My neighborhood is in kind of in a hill, and we have very good planned rainwater. I don't know if it's called a collection system or something like that. I'm not thinking properly right now in the morning, and I'm not very technical in that area of my English vocabulary. But we do have these very wide kind of systems to collect water from storms. But hail, it's a different thing. Hail could be big, it's heavy, it's not good for the constructions anyway. So the roofs can be easily affected by hail. So that's mostly my concern, hail. On the other hand, I love rain. I don't like rain when I'm driving, so that's one of the things that I tend to avoid if possible. Try not to be like on the road with a storm in progress or something like that. We also have the airport nearby, like around 15 miles, more or less. So at this time of the day, it's really, really active. One of the biggest parcel companies in Mexico has got a hub there. And very recently, DHL announced that Querétaro will be the hub for their operations. So we're going to have a lot of air traffic, and that's something that I love. And I love plane watching because here, not that they come right on top of my house, but like 1 mile more or less. But I can see them with binoculars. So I love that. I love the big planes. So when I have time, and I think I'm going to have time these 2 weeks, I'll be just watching some planes here. What else? What is news number 3? Well, this is the one that gets me a little bit nervous, but it's going to be time to go for my eye check to the ophthalmologist, and it's going to be next Friday. So wish me luck, send me good vibes. I don't feel sick or anything, but it's just the good vibes. But what it's reality is that I'm going to need a new lens for my right eye, because the one that I have right now, it's more than 10 years old. It's like 13 years old. So it really, really needs to be changed. Because I have noticed that it's not as sharp as it used to be. So I'm going to be pushing for that change, especially because of what I'm going to be doing here, this drawing, and I'm going to need a new an adjustment to the regular glasses that I use. I use progressive glasses. Find them. It was easy to adjust. I don't like contact lenses. It was a big problem, and the area where I am, it's really, really dusty. You have dust storms, and there's a lot of construction. So eyes get very, very irritated if you wear contact lenses. So I'm going to still be using my normal glasses, but let's see how that goes. Okay, so I'm going to jump down here to mom, and let's see how it works. Okay. So to recap, those are the 3 news. I have a 4 one, but I'm going to show you that one almost at the very end. Just checking that this doesn't freeze like the other day. I'm in my bedroom studio, I'm not downstairs, because I thought that we needed more of a close-up. I know that this one jumps up and down when I move my hand. I need to discover how to adjust this or get a new camera or something. What I really need right now, it's an external storage unit for my computer, because I'm already getting out of space because of all the videos that I have. So I'm going to need extra storage. So I'll probably drive to Querétaro tomorrow and get one. So I can just copy my files there and continue recording. I also have to be very careful with StreamYard, because I cannot exceed 20 hours a month. So if I decide to stream regularly on Saturday morning like today, then I'll have to be very careful with the streaming hours and plan my recordings accordingly. So I really don't have a problem with these. Okay. I like furry animals. I really like them. But it takes me a long time. That's another reason for the eye check and and going to the ophthalmologist and get my lens changed. I get really, really tired. I have to take a lot of breaks, or life just gets in between. It's also not good to be sitting down and drawing for a lot of hours. So it's not good for your back, it's not good for your hands. It's really necessary to have breaks. So I'm not planning to do something like this from one day to the other. Probably will take me a week. So there you go. Yeah, it's something that I learned. Taking care of my eyes, taking breaks every 45 minutes is good, and that's something that I do in everything I do. So when I'm marking essays, homework, I normally try to follow that rule. Okay. And I really stand up, move, stretch, and just try to keep my muscles ready. Okay, because it's really, really important to do that for all your like physicality, if I can call it like that, so you can continue using your legs, your hands without any problems, without a lot of strains. So I just heard Dad's phone. He's just waking up. But today is Saturday, so I hope he remembers it's Saturday, so he doesn't get up that early. I hope he goes and rests. And let me tell you something. I'm using the Prismacolor Junior because these two guys and another one that I'm going to be doing in the next weeks will be part of the portfolio that I will try to use for the pet portraits. It's something that I'm not going to offer immediately. I'm just going to choose 2 people, and those are going to be my co-workers because they know me, and it's going to be easier to communicate with them. And I'm going to start with their pets. So it's going to be 2 pets right now. I don't know if this is going to be this size or any of the other sizes that I have. I mean, I can go as big as a letter size, or 9 and 12 inches, you know, those blocks. But it's probably not going to be bigger than that. But I'm going to test with them because these co-workers know me. As they know me, it's easier for me to go and tell them, oh, this is what is expected, and they will not be that pushy into a deadline, you know, because they know that I will be in summer school. And if it works, then I can start with my neighbors here in the cluster and see if I get some commissioned work from there. I'm thinking about, as I'm doing these practices, I might not sell those others later on, might not, because this is a learning process. I'm trying to remember what I did with my old strategies in coloring, but I'm also applying new knowledge here. So whenever you keep these practices, you learn from those. And I think that happens to you, Marty, as well with the Centangles, because I love the photos that you post, and I think that you also have your progress, like, okay, let me try this, and I'm going to use the pencil like this, or the pen, and I'm going to ink. So sometimes it's not just a good idea to get rid of these little things as fast as people would like them to buy from you, because it's a learning process. By the way, there's a stray cat here in the condo since yesterday. It's a male. We have not been able to catch him, but he's here around teasing my cat. So I didn't have a very, very good night. I was awake, listening to the cat approaching the window and my poor Nico just going crazy. But anyway, trying to see if the transmission is still flowing. Okay. I didn't. Oh my god, I forgot to change my messages to live chat. So there you go. Now it's better. Okay. I can hear the alarm clocks of my neighbor next door. That's very loud. I don't complain that much right now because it's Saturday. So she wakes up at 7, that's good. But during school time, it's at 5. Nico is here. So if you hear some hissing and other things like that, well, it's the cat, the other cat that is here. Oh my god. I just hope he doesn't go and pee on my door or something. Trying to claim some territory here. I don't want to clean cat piss or something like that. Oh, that's awful. Okay. I'm not aiming for this to be realistic, okay? There are people here who work very realistically with colored pencil, and I don't have their names. I normally follow them on YouTube. I just subscribed to one of them, Bonnie Snowdon or something like that. She's really fantastic, but she works big. I mean, big pieces, a lot, big inches, something like that. More than probably 12, 15 inches, something like that. This is 5. This is 5, I think, or close to 5 inches, and maybe 6. I'm not good at that. Sorry, I use centimeters here, so I'm not good with inches. But anyway, I'm trying to do an approximate here. But talking about Bonnie, she's really realistic. I mean, it's like really doing every single hair, and not good for me. You can just take a good photo, open Photoshop or something similar that are open source software that you can use, and it's sometimes even better than Photoshop. There's one called GIMP, GIMP, and that's open source, it's free, and much better than Photoshop, in my personal opinion, because I use it. And well, just modify a good photo that you have, give it some special effects, go to a nice printer, even Office Depot or Office Max offer good quality to print, and you print on canvas and you just frame it, you put it in your living room, and you have something hyper realistic. You can give a lot of effects there. Okay, but that's my point of view on realistic. We should not really push into something that is hyper realistic, just realistic, and that you can get to see the technique, you know, that you can really see what was used. If it's watercolor, or if it's color pencil, like in this case, if it's acrylics, wash, graphite. I mean, that's what people, I suppose, they can appreciate. But still, you have somewhere in the market people who are hyper realistic and they sell things in enormous, ridiculous amounts of money. But there you go. Oh, Marty, that's nice to know. So your son can do realistic. Ah, that's so cool. I think this would be the most realistic that I can do. I have tried hyperrealism with inks and color pencils, and I have somewhere there 2 examples, but right now I cannot show them because they're mega sized. I mean, more than A4. And yes, I agree, this is a lot of patience. But it's this, I see them as centangles, Marty. I try centangles following Jane Young after watching her in one of her lives. But I do that for Inktober last year, and I did a sign. It's just, yeah, it was this size. But I didn't like it that much. It was good for meditation and for one try, but I really like to be experimenting. And this week I'm going to be experimenting. Well, today I'm going to be experimenting. And I'm going to keep it right now as a secret because it's an experiment right now. And if it works, if it really works, I'll go live either Saturday or Sunday with that new experiment. I saw it in the internet, and then I found some videos. I found 2 very good artists with this technique. And as my niece left a lot of the material here, because now she's a 10-year-old, so now it's a, pre-adolescent. So now her interests are changing and she's not that much into kid stuff. So I have here a lot of material that is for kids, and we're going to repurpose them. That's going to be the goal. Okay, let me see what I can do here. If I can go a little bit darker. Let me just get my colors in the place where they're supposed to be. Oh, 30 minutes already. Oh, that's been fast. Never imagined. Well, I also needed to continue speaking in English because in 2 weeks I'm going to have classes Monday to Friday, 5 hours. That's going to be cool. Well, it's every year. I've been doing that for 5 years already, but it's still a lot of work. 5 hours. But the good thing is that I've got a level that is upper intermediate. They can communicate efficiently. We're going to be using a lot of dynamic activities. A lot of the tasks are going to be there in the classroom, so they have little homework. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Marty. Centangles with all the space in there, not my hit, not good. But white is also a very, very good thing. I'm trying to see if I have here. No, I have it downstairs, but I don't have here my centangle scene to show. I have to go downstairs. That I have another bookcase there with a lot of books and materials that I really don't have space here in this bedroom. And this is the biggest bedroom in the house. My dad allowed me to use it. It was my parents' bedroom, but since my mom's passing, my dad, of course, doesn't want to be here. So he moved into the bedrooms uh, at the back of the house, and now he has got the two bedrooms at the back. One is his TV studio, leisure studio. He goes and watches Netflix and all the other things that he has got. Then the studio, that is his office downstairs, where the two modems, so I have two internets, so it can be faster. If one fails, I have the other one. So that's another another office. Sorry, and TV studio as well, because he's got another television there. So we normally watch TV together downstairs because there's a small desk and two sofas, so we can watch TV there. Well, he normally watches, and then I'm sitting at his desk. He's got an L desk, and then one desk is the one with the black table that I normally shown before, where I streamed. And then he's got the computer. So I normally use his black desk, and he's watching TV and sports, and then we can be just chatting around. I cannot just right now go and just watch TV without doing anything. I cannot do that anymore. I just don't like it. I need to be doing something. So I'm normally coloring a book or doing things like that, or experimenting or something, and then just go and chat with him. So that's what we normally do. I don't like doing anything. I do have days where I really don't do anything at all, and I just go and sit down and literally just look at the ceiling or just watch a movie, TV series. And I'm re-watching some TV series I used to watch, and I like that. I'm re-watching right now Smallville. So I saw it when it was live. I mean, I remember that, and it was cool. But after, I don't know, it was season 6 or 7, just I stopped being interested. And well, I think I watched the ending. I watched the last chapter because I wanted to see Tom Welling dressed as Superman, because he's one of my favorite superheroes. But I was disappointed with the ending. So, and I didn't understand because I have not watched 4 seasons. So, well, I have to do the rewatch. Last year, I watched again this fairy tale one, Once Upon a Time, because I really liked the take on the villains and things like that. It was cool. But after a couple of seasons, it was not very interesting anymore. I just finished it because I wanted to see how it ended. And then I'm right now watching the last one with the kid that now he's not a kid, he's a grown-up. And so a little bit strange, but anyway. My favorite character was Regina, the evil queen. She was, oh my god, I really don't want to say bad words, but she was really kicking something there when she was the bad one, and I really liked that. When she turned into the good one, it was not that interesting anymore. But well, um, who knows? Decisions. Studio decisions, in most cases. Sometimes not the best decisions. It's understandable because of the budgets, you know. They don't know if something is going to be good, if they will have another season or not. So they have, in a certain way, to um, close the gaps in the storylines and things like that. But sometimes they don't really make sense. So, anyway. Yes, Marty, I know. We need somebody who is that path A, you know. I wish I could have been one. But no, I'm a nice person, even a nice teacher. I'm strict, yes, because I have to, but not unnecessarily strict. You know, I listen to them. I try to negotiate with them if they have a problem or not. And sometimes they just need like to be listened to, even if they are at university, but still they should be a little bit more responsible. But anyway, but let's see. Oh, this one is turning out nice. I have a lot of things to do today, so I really hope I can finish this one today. I do want to finish this other, and then I want to. This is the same one, different paper, mixed media paper, toned tan paper. But these are, of course, going to go to be examples of portfolio. I'm using lighting here, artificial lighting that I have here. To going to get a little bit more light here because yeah, the sun is typically coming out, but still it's very cloudy outside. But really cool because it's not cold, it's not hot. I need to go and get my groceries today. I don't want to cook, but I think I'm going to cook something in these weeks that I'm going to be here, or bake something. Well, sometimes I don't want to bake because my dad doesn't like bread that much. So he helps me with 1 or 2 pieces of bread, and then the rest is for me, or I have to sell it here. And sometimes I just finish up eating everything, which is not good. But well, my mom was a good cook. She could just throw anything, literally anything, in a pan and get something delicious. So she was an excellent cook. My sister, the one who's here in Querétaro, she's a very good cook. She has got a channel, and her channel is called Food Lovers. She, let me see if I can get her link. Her channel, it's with music only. So she really doesn't speak that much. But she has got subtitles in English, so you can learn some traditional Mexican recipes if you follow her. And I'm trying to see if I can get her link here. Let me see if I can get it here, because I've been watching a lot of channels recently, and sometimes it's difficult to get, here I have it. Let me just copy it and get it here. Hi Pam, good morning. So you're coming in, but you know, I'm doing things here, which is not a good thing. I shouldn't be distracted. But anyway, I'm going to put here the link to my sister's channel. So share it, go and support her. I mean, her recipes are just so great. She's a very good cook, and everything is very simple to prepare. And you have the ingredients at home, sauces. Yesterday's recipe or Thursday recipe was sopes. Oh, so that's so good. And if you are really food lovers, and she's got not only Mexican food but international cuisine. She's got Chinese. I'm trying to remember the name of these. I think with cabbage. So she's got a Chinese recipe with cabbage, and it's really good. Okay, how are we doing? 40 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and I'm going to give you news. Number 4. Because it's almost time to go and prepare breakfast here. So let me just put this away. All right, so for my birthday that it was in April, and for Teachers Day, nobody gives you present here in Mexico for Teachers Appreciation Day anymore. But anyway, so I normally decided to get my own presents. And if you can afford them, just go for that. Well, my dad got me this. They are already in disorder, sorry. And this is my swatching. So my dad got me these. That are pastel colors. Oh, you can see my lamp here. Oh, they are so cool. They're really nice. Let me see if I can turn this off. And yeah, it looks better. Okay. And let me just try not to crash my lamp here. And then this was birthday present. So I'm really happy. And I got this one that is also pastels. But what I like about this set is this. I mean, look at the colors. I'm going to use a lilac. Look at the wood. Black wood. And they are square pencils. Oh my god, this is just so cute. I'm going to use them, of course. I have my swatches here. I swatched these yesterday because these arrived on Wednesday. So here I have. To be honest, they are not 72, they are 71 because one of the colors is defective. So I have to talk to the seller to see if I can get a replacement of that color. If not, well, it doesn't bother me. It's just one color. It's a pink that I can easily substitute with a Prismacolor. So I'm not really that bothered with this one. So this was present number 2. And the last one was this. Ooh. I saved a lot of money to get those. But there you go. Hello, Carl. Good morning. So I have never tested the polychromos. because these in Mexico are really, really expensive, and they really exaggerate with the price. But right now that the dollar peso exchange rate, it's giving peso a good advantage. It was a good purchase, so I decided to go for the 36 color set, and I have my swatches here. Hi Cheryl, how are you? Good morning. And this is just a regular, just cardboard, and they just laid beautifully. It's fantastic. That's so nice. So this was present number 3 for birthday and Teachers Appreciation Day. So my own presents. There you go. So I'm going to use these soon. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to be testing a new way of painting to use the material that my niece left. She's not a kid anymore. I'm so sad. No, she's a pre-adolescent, so her favorite aunt is going to go into, I don't know, oblivion, probably. But well, that's life. And I have been doing this. So there you go. Love it. Second version on this paper. Okay. And I'll probably be painting flowers. For landscapes, Cheryl, I normally like to use watercolor because it's faster. And I really like, let me see if I have it here. I have, I just moved the camera at the table. But here I have a bookshelf. For landscape, I love this. Colby. Landscape. Gouache. Get this book if you like watercolor. And everything has got instructions. From very easy landscapes to start with. These are just from the very easy ones to the most complicated ones. But I didn't do this one. Now I have to do this one. I started with this one. I started with the sunbeams. So I have to go back and do this one. But anyway, for landscapes, I like this one. For color pencils and other things, I just love, well, using different things. Okay, so let me see how we're doing. Ooh, almost an hour. So there you go. I never thought I was going to be live for so many hours. But there you go. Okay. Going to, I was going to show you this one because I put it on Facebook. And a lot of you are surprised about the texture practice. But it's just that, it's just texture practice. I love this one. This one took me 2 weeks, and not because it's really complicated, because it is not. It's just shapes and blending. But it took me 2 weeks because I was in the last weeks of the term. So I was just able to work one section at a time for around 30 to 45 minutes because I was distracted with everything. Okay. And well, there you go. Could you put it close? So you can get to see the pencil detail. Marty, the other and the pink one that I have there, it's a letter size page cut in 8 pieces. So I think Yeah, it's a little bit smaller than this one, but I think, yeah, it's probably 6 to close to 4.5 inches close. But anyway. And I'm also playing with this technique. And this was the suggestion of PM Artist Studio with the combo of the month, using Payne's Gray and silver. But in this case, this is not a silver. What you're looking at, it's just a wax crayon. It's a white wax crayon that was laid first, blindly, because you have to be moving the paper to see what you're really drawing. And later you have Payne's Gray, and these dark things, part of the grass, it's acrylics, silver acrylic. So this was good. This was the first experiment. Wax crayon, Payne's Gray watercolor, and silver acrylic, and then you have some color pencil for the shadows. So this was no aim. I just wanted to see how the materials work. But then I thought about this one, and I was like, let's experiment with this. So I'm going to do more experiments with this thing. And this is the one that is still in progress. This is for my class on Wednesday. And same situation. I'm just working in sections, like around 45 to, 45 minutes maximum, because that's normally when I take my breaks. So 30 to 45 minutes. So I'm doing this one. Of course, I need the shadows here, but I normally do that at the very end. And I'll probably finish this one with acrylic. This is matte acrylic, a creamy color. I tend to leave the whites to use the paper. The paper is not strictly white. It's kind of a creamy white, but there you go. So this one is still in progress. And of course, I want to use this paper, this mixed media paper. I'm going to try and use this one with the polychromas and with these pastels. This is a Mexican brand, by the way, but you can buy it in Amazon. But right now they are very expensive. Just wait until they have a hot sale or something, because they're extremely expensive. And as I mentioned before, one of the colors it's not a color, it's just a barrel of black wood. But anyway, I will be able to substitute that with something. Okay. So I think I can listen to my dad getting up. So that means that I'll probably have to cut this live streaming soon. So I have to go and see what he needs for breakfast. Well, I have the table ready. I just need to go and get the fruit ready. But there you go. Yeah, I like process videos, you know. And I don't know if Christine, Cat and Paste, if once you watch one of my videos, I would love to see you recording some of your coloring processes, because I just love your coloring. You have a lot of followers in Instagram. I wish I could have the 300 or 400 likes in Instagram that you have. But I don't really see the process that you use, and I would like to see it. So I would like to learn. I would really like to learn. Okay. Okay. So there you go. I'm trying to get a little bit of shadow here in this area. As I mentioned before, I'm not going to go realistic, but anyway. Yeah, as my student wants to, well, she wanted to learn color pencil, but she said that it was not that fast as watercolor. So we're going to do mixed media, I think. I'm going to show her how to use Derwent Inktense and gouache and watercolor for backgrounds and just kind of establishing color, shadow, and light. And then I'm going to show her to use pencils for details, because she wants to finish something like this in 1 hour. No way, you cannot do this in 1 hour. This just takes hours. But it's a very meditative process. So when I'm doing this, and not necessarily during the streams, because here I'm paying attention to the chat, paying attention to my camera here, that I have StreamYard here, I have my iPad as camera. So I'm paying attention to this. So I really don't go and do the, how can I put it, the sensitive parts. And when I mean sensitive parts, I'm talking about the eyes, the noses, and the things that are, I'm going to use this one, these little details that are around the face. These are the ones that I really need to be focused without distractions, so I can really take this like it should. And then for the streaming, I can just go and work in the outside, you know, the fur that really doesn't need a lot of concentration. I can just be chatty, and I can be paying attention to my neighbors outside, who is leaving, who is waking up, and things like that. I can also pay attention to my dad, listening to him waking up and making noise to make sure he's okay. So anyway, I'm really, really excited about commissioning pet portraits. And as I mentioned earlier, you'll have to watch the replay. I'm going to start with 2 for my co-workers to see how it goes. And maybe later I can offer this as an alternative activity. But I do have to be very careful with my time schedule, how many hours I'm going to be sitting down, because as I mentioned before, I don't like it. It's not good for your health as well. And how long one of these will take me. But anyway. Okay. But not necessarily that you distract me, girls. I like having you here. But definitely, if you, these sensitive areas, these are the most important areas. The eyes, the nose, and this very important perspective with the shadows here, especially the eyes, because this is where you really have the expression of the animal. In the eyes is where you have the likeness, the similarity of the animal. So that's why they are very important areas that you should work with all your attention there, with all your materials, and there you go. Oh, I was hoping the sun to shine, but as I mentioned before, it's cloudy. I think it's going to rain early. I wanted to do my laundry today, but I think it's not going to be possible. So I have tons of clothes. But anyway, and we have had some water problems. One of the pumps in the area broke or something. So we are getting water in tandems. Um, we have water deposits, and they are really, really big. But when that happens, I really don't like using them. So anyway, okay. So let me see how this goes. More planes taking off, but I cannot see them because it's cloudy. Oh, I like watching planes. They're my favorite things. Okay. Oh, that would be so interesting, Carol, to see pics of your journey. I really cannot dimension that much or very well exactly the length of the trip you made, but considering that Mexico is also a big country, I could probably dimension more or less the trip, but certainly it would be very interesting to see your photos, to see a little bit of the experience during the trip, because I suppose you traveled with your dogs, and traveling with pets is not easy. My cats were hysterical, and I'm just 2 hours away from Mexico City, and they were hysterical. I had to drive 2 hours with meow, meow, meow every minute. It was really crazy because it was my first time coming here, and I was nervous. I had not driven to this area before, so everything was new. As everything was new, there were no very clear road signs to turn right or left or go straight. So, gosh, it was. I mean, I. It's going to be 5 years this December that I arrived here. 5 years ago, we didn't exist in Google Maps, so I couldn't even put a Google map to tell it, take me there. We didn't exist. So it was just really crazy. And yes, I got lost. I got lost with my two cats. So more meows because they were desperate. And I was really scared. I said, I didn't feed them before the trip, so they were angry, they were hungry, uh, they were hysterical, they were traumatized for 1 or 2 days after we arrived here. So it was nice. I wish I had taped that. I just have the memories, but I didn't have a good camera during that time. Okay, let me see how we are. 1 hour into the stream. I can be here for around 10 minutes more, guys. And then after that, I have to go and prepare lunch. No, lunch, breakfast. I really want lunch. Okay. But anyway, trying to keep an eye here. So I'm going to let you spend a little bit in the chat, but I'll see you around probably during today's streams, depending on who is on today. I don't know if someone's on in the afternoon, probably Shannon. Then I know that Beth is in the afternoon, but now she's very early. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to cut the stream short. I thought that I was going to be able to be here 10 minutes more, girls, but not really. My dad is about to come and burst here and say hello, so that's going to be nice. But then I have to go and ask a lot of medical questions here that I don't think you should be very interested in. But thank you very much for coming. And remember that tomorrow there's going to be a pre-recorded video with the mermaid that we are coloring here. I don't want to show it because I want you to see the process there. And I'm going to be live in the chat there if you have questions. So thank you very much for coming. Have a very nice day. Please watch the replay, subscribe, recommend my video, visit my Instagram, visit my blog. I have a lot of posts in that blog with photos, and they show process and tips. And the blog is both in Spanish and English, so you can practice both. Okay, so have a great day and see you around. Thank you very much. Bye.